Today our topic is the best lessons from the meditations of Marcus Aurelius. Marcus Aurelius was a Roman emperor, but more importantly, he was a philosopher who wrote deeply about life, resilience, and how to live with purpose. His book, Meditations, is a collection of his personal thoughts and reflections, written not for others but for himself. Yet, his words have inspired millions of people for centuries. Let's dive into some of the best lessons from his work and how they can help us live better lives. First, Marcus Aurelius teaches us to focus on what we can control and let go of what we cannot. This is one of the core ideas of Stoicism, the philosophy he followed. Life is full of things we cannot change: the weather, other people's opinions, or unexpected events. But we can control how we respond to these things. For example, if someone insults you, you cannot control their words, but you can control whether you get angry or not. Marcus Aurelius said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Realizes this, and you will find strength. This is a powerful reminder to stop wasting energy on things we cannot change, and instead focus on our own thoughts, actions, and attitudes. Another important lesson is to accept life as it is, not as we wish it to be. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Accept whatever comes to you woven in the pattern of your destiny, for what could more aptly fit your needs?" Life is unpredictable, and sometimes things don't go our way. But instead of complaining or resisting, we can choose to accept what happens and find meaning in it. This doesn't mean we should give up or stop trying to improve our lives. It means we should face reality with courage and make the best of every situation. For example, if you lose your job, instead of feeling hopeless, you can see it as an opportunity to find something better or learn new skills. Marcus Aurelius also teaches us the importance of gratitude. He reminds us to appreciate what we have, even the small things. In Meditations, he wrote, "When you arise in the morning, think of what a precious privilege it is to be alive, to breathe, to think, to enjoy, to love." It's easy to focus on what we lack or what's wrong in our lives, but gratitude helps us see the good. When we practice gratitude, we feel happier and more content. For example, instead of complaining about a rainy day, we can be thankful for the water that helps plants grow or the cozy feeling of being indoors. Another key lesson is to live in the present moment. Marcus Aurelius said, "Do not dwell in the past. Do not dream of the future. Concentrate the mind on the present moment." Many of us spend too much time worrying about the future or regretting the past. But the only moment we truly have is now. By focusing on the present, we can live more fully and avoid unnecessary stress. For example, if you're having a meal, instead of thinking about work or other distractions, try to really enjoy the taste and the company of those around you. Marcus Aurelius also emphasizes the importance of kindness and helping others. He believed that we are all connected and that we should treat others with respect and compassion. He wrote, "What is not good for the swarm is not good for the bee." This means that harming others ultimately harms ourselves, because we are all part of the same world. When we help others, we create a better world for everyone. For example, if you see someone struggling, offering a kind word or a helping hand can make a big difference in their life and in yours. One of the most powerful lessons from Age of Meditations is the idea of impermanence. Marcus Aurelius often reflected on the fact that life is short and everything changes. He said, "You could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do and say and think." This reminder of mortality might seem scary, but it can actually inspire us to live more intentionally. When we realize that our time is limited, we are more likely to focus on what truly matters: our relationships, our passions, and our values. For example, instead of wasting time on things that don't matter, we can spend time with loved ones or work on a project that brings us joy. Marcus Aurelius also teaches us to be humble. Despite being an emperor, he never let power or wealth go to his head. He understood that material things and status are temporary and that true worth comes from our character. He wrote, "It is not fit that I should give myself pain, for I have never intentionally given pain even to another." This humility reminds us to treat everyone with respect, no matter their position in life. For example, whether you're talking to a CEO or a janitor, you should treat them with the same kindness and respect. Another lesson from A Meditations is the importance of self-discipline. Marcus Aurelius believed that to live a good life, we must control our desires and impulses. He said, "No man is free who is not master of himself." This means that if we let our emotions or bad habits control us, we are not truly free. By practicing self-discipline, we can make better choices and live more fulfilling lives. For example, if you want to be healthier, you might need to resist the temptation to eat junk food and instead choose nutritious options. Marcus Aurelius also encourages us to face challenges with courage. He believed that difficulties are opportunities for growth. He wrote, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." This means that when we face obstacles, we should not see them as problems but as chances to become stronger and wiser. For example, if you are struggling to learn a new skill, instead of giving up, you can use the challenge to build your patience and determination. Another important lesson is to avoid wasting time on trivial matters. Marcus Aurelius said, "The art of living is more like wrestling than dancing." Life is not always easy or graceful, and we must be prepared to put in effort and face challenges. But we should also avoid getting caught up in things that don't matter. For example, instead of spending hours arguing on social media, we can use that time to read a good book, spend time with loved ones, or work on a meaningful project. Marcus Aurelius also teaches us to be mindful of our thoughts. He believed that our minds have great power, and that we should use them wisely. He wrote, "The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts." This means that if we fill our minds with negative or harmful thoughts, it will affect our entire being. But if we focus on positive and constructive thoughts, we can create a better life for ourselves. For example, instead of dwelling on a mistake, we can think about what we learned from it and how we can improve. Finally, Marcus Aurelius reminds us to live with purpose. He believed that we should strive to be the best version of ourselves and contribute to the world in a meaningful way. He wrote, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one." This is a call to action to stop talking about what we should do and start doing it. For example, if you want to be kinder, don't just think about it. Start showing kindness to others every day. In conclusion, Meditations of Marcus Aurelius offers timeless wisdom that can help us live better lives. His teachings remind us to focus on what we can control, accept life as it is, practice gratitude, live in the present, and treat others with kindness. He encourages us to be humble, disciplined, and courageous, and to avoid wasting time on things that don't matter. Above all, he reminds us to live with purpose and to strive to be the best version of ourselves. By applying these lessons to our own lives, we can find greater peace, happiness, and fulfillment. Marcus Aurelius once said, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." Let us all strive to cultivate thoughts that lead to a meaningful and joyful life.